The crew of the B-17G Flying Fortress, serial number 42-31695. It seemed the world had gone mad. Defenders of freedom volunteered from every corner of the United States. They risked their lives in one of the most powerful military aircraft of the day, the B-17 Flying Fortress. The United States 8th Air Force 306th Bombardment Group, the Fightin' Bitin' Squadron. The crew were men from Montana, North Dakota, Wisconsin, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New York State, Ohio, Georgia, and Maryland. Combat missions could last up to 6 hours, with crews frozen by minus 40 degrees centigrade winds at high altitudes. 10 men per aircraft endured cold, iced-up oxygen tubes, frozen guns, and frostbite. Pilot, First Lieutenant William C. Quaintance, Boulder Valley, Montana. Bill was raised on a Montana ranch. He married his sweetheart Pat just before going overseas to England. One of the telling letters found was this letter to his sister Doris, written 1 week before losing his life. Patricia Quaintance joined the Navy shortly after receiving notification of Bill's death. The co-pilot, First Lieutenant Rudolph L. Jensen, Park River, North Dakota. Rudy and his sweetheart Margaret were married before he was shipped overseas to England. The all-too-common notification of a loved one's loss. The navigator, First Lieutenant Arnold W. Ostro, Patterson, New Jersey. The bombardier, Second Lieutenant Henry L. Levy, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Tail gunner, Staff Sergeant Richard C. Donahue, Baltimore, Maryland. Dick was known to have excelled in sports. Flight engineer and top turret gunner, Tech Sergeant Joseph F. Strukel, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. With his love of machining, he was a perfect match for flight engineer with the crew. Right waist gunner, Staff Sergeant Maxwell W. Williams, Veda, Georgia. Left waist gunner and assistant flight engineer, Staff Sergeant Alexander F. Markowski, Utica, New York. Radio operator, Staff Sergeant Francis X. Driscoll, Boston, Massachusetts. Francis had originally joined the Navy. He was seriously injured in the North Sea and received an honorable discharge. A short time later, he re-enlisted in the Army Air Corps. Ball turret gunner, Staff Sergeant Robert J. Might of Fostoria, Ohio. Robert volunteered for this mission when Staff Sergeant Robert E. Hayes was late in returning to base. His original crew survived the war. The 15th and fateful combat mission, February 22nd, 1944. Of 30 B-17s in the squadron, 7 were shot down in just minutes after returning from bombing an aircraft factory near Bernburg, Germany. During the pursuing battle, Lieutenant Quaintance gave the order to bail out, but before they could, the airship went out of control. Sergeant Markowski was the only crewman to bail out. He reported seeing a large black pillar of smoke in the forest below him. and part of a wing floating down near him as he descended. They've come home. William C. Quaintance and Joseph F. Strukel. Robert J. Might. Maxwell W. Williams. Alexander F. Markalski. Rudolph L. Jensen. Henry I. Levy. Arnold W. Ostro. Francis X. Driscoll. Richard C. Donahue. To remember is to honor. We are forever grateful to those that generously gave of themselves to help bring the memory of this heroic crew back to those that love them and those that never had that chance.